I can't say like too much about what me and my lawyer are doing, but I
Me smoothie, but I eat. Oh fuck! Ate my boss's busy in my. Okay, pal. No comment.
My hope is really that there's some kind of like public resolutions that people who like have seen this and like know everything that's happened can feel better about it. Because like I said, I don't feel like it's just about me. Like it could have been anyone that happened to, like a small streamer who's not as lucky to have the resources or like
She
the
is,
reach that I
yeah.
have. So it's very scary and yeah, just very frustrating. And yeah, I don't know what's gonna go. I'm sure that they're probably, I would speculate, not very happy with me for talking about all this, but I feel like it's not fair to keep it hidden from all the people who literally had to witness it because of Twitter and Reddit and all these things. I mean, I'm not complaining about that. Obviously, you guys know I was super grateful that the guy posted got spread around so that I didn't have to figure out how to talk about myself. But yeah, I'm just it's a lot. It's been really heavy this week, but obviously I've been getting a lot of support from my friends and other streamers, and obviously my manager, with my employees and such.
Yo, you can tell me if I'm going too fast. If you can't like understand it, just be like, yo, like slow, make it slower. I was gonna say slower, right?
But yeah, I don't want to just let this be a thing that I think that they're hoping it just blows over and gets like swept under the rug. I'm not gonna go live every stream and complain about like, oh, I got done dirty. I'm not gonna do that, but I'm gonna try to the best of my ability keep you guys updated until there's like some kind of resolution, So yeah, pretty heavy, intense stuff. Yeah, it's been. Sorry, I'm just looping myself now, but yeah, I would hate if like this kind of just went away and people were like, oh, what happened? I don't know. Am I gonna go to TwitchCon next year and like if something happens to me, it's gonna they're gonna try to hide it basically. Yeah. So there's that. Give me a second. I have some more stuff I want to talk about, but I'm trying to not rush myself because I'm trying my best to like stay composed to the best of my ability. So that I can get to the information across accurately. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you for support stuff. Like honestly, it's been shocking to me because I don't know. I guess like whenever things happen, I always kind of expect the bare minimum outcome if that makes sense. So yeah, I've just been very thankful. Very thankful and very grateful, and I hope that whatever comes out of this makes other people feel better. But regardless, like I said, I'm done with going to TwitchCon. Probably done entirely with convention streams. I feel like it's just time, and I think that's probably true for a lot of streamers. The climate has really changed. I've been on Twitch for 10 years. Like I keep fucking repeating myself recently, and yeah, it's changed a lot, gone pretty big, and I think that's just the reality that you have to accept. But maybe it's not a bad thing because you can go back to rotting playing games in your room. It's not so bad, right? Retirement? No. Not retirement. Definitely not. Because I'm the kind of person, I'll never give up. You're not gonna make me give up. So, yeah. Oh. Fortunately, I'm not done yet. Like I said. Just give me a bit. Was worried you're gonna quit? No. And I don't think I'm gonna go to any other platforms because, I mean, first of all, where do I go? And second of all, I really think that, this is something that was just, I mean, this is just me, being optimistic, but I feel like it was just a case of like, we didn't realize that these things could happen, and we obviously don't want them to happen, and like, things will be better. And I mean, I'm not gonna leave you guys because of, something that someone else did. I mean, yeah, there's like other places that I upload content, but Twitch is like really my home. That's why through all of this, I feel like most people, I didn't make a tweet, but like it was probably like 10% of what I needed to say. I'll be willing to tweet a YouTube video. That's why I've chosen to do all of this live and like raw because it's just what I'm most comfortable with and what I've always done. So yeah. Oh, sorry, my like emotional voice is so ugly. Yeah. I don't know. It's just crazy. I just never thought things like this would happen or I'd ever be doing a stream like this. It just feels very strange because it's just very out of my element. I've never really like for the most part commented on drama or like self-inserted situations, but I guess in this situation I'm kind of like stuck in the middle of it against my will. So it's like if I don't do it, who else is gonna do it? I'm just gonna take a second. Sorry, I said that like 4 times, but this is it's a lot. I hate drama streams. Me too, man. Bro, like I could have come home. I could have worked on beating Sinna and Clint's fucking Mega Bonk scores. Now look what I have to do. So fucking annoying. I had to cancel my plans. Which reminds me, I don't think there's gonna be a Halloween stream this year. I don't think that's realistic with kind of the vibes of things right now. But I mean, is anyone gonna be mad at me if I do like like a Halloween in November thing? Or I mean, there's always next year, right? I mean, yeah. I mean, things happen outside your control. So yeah, it's just crazy. But I mean, thank you guys for listening to me talking complain. Okay. Yeah, I appreciate it. So, the next thing, at the end of my last stream, I said that when I got home, I would be talking about some other things that I really really did not want to talk about. But I feel like those things, developing independently of their own from the TwitchCon incident, have gone to a point where I kind of feel like I have no choice. So I've already seen a lot of people speculating about what I'm going to be talking about, and some people have been right, but even
Yeah, I know, damn. Yeah, as I was saying, people were probably like, basically, placing bets on what you were going to be talking about. People were probably placing bets. But people do that for everything. Someone passes away, boom, crypto's already up. Yo, buy this coin to save this guy's family. Meanwhile, it's a scam coin. Basically, you rug pull it after you buy it.
right, they were only like 5 to 10% right. I don't think I've seen a single person online who knew or understood the severity of what I want to talk about today. And I want everyone to be aware that I've been handling the situation very seriously, and I've spent a lot of time thinking this over. And not only that, I've been in contact with a lawyer. I had them review everything that I'm planning to say today, because I wanted to make sure that if I was going to do this, I was going to do it right, because it's so serious. And I feel like it's going to change things forever. And so today, I'm finally going to be opening up about and telling everyone. Sorry, I swear I'm not trying to like make this dramatic or something. Like I said, I really wish I were not feeling like I had to do this. Just give me some time. I'm gonna be doing a lot of I guess you could say like fourth wall breaking in a way, and talking about things that I thought would always be personal, and just, you know, I would just carry them myself. Today, I'm finally gonna be opening up about the psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Mizkif has done towards me, and some of these issues which are still ongoing. For the entirety of this year, I've attempted
Other sexual assaults. Sexual assaults? Alright, bro. What the hell, bro? I don't think I heard it right. Sexual assault? Mizkif? You just continue hearing it, bro. Gonna slow it down. 1.25. No. 5. Nah. 1.5. Yeah, 5. That's better.
to separate myself from him and not talk about him at all, and not talk about this issue, and just not make it a public thing. I always tried my best to keep this to myself, but like I said, I feel like it's gone to the point, which I'll explain later, that I feel like it just has to be done. And I have always believed in not condemning people or starting drama online. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to be asking, why am I doing this and why now? And I would like to explain that before I get started, so that people understand what prompted me to do this today, and that it's not just on a whim or something like that. Okay, so like I said, I took a lot of notes, so forgive me if I just end up reading off my notes. The first and probably most severe reason is that one of the rules that I set for myself a long time ago about withholding this information was that if I ever felt like somebody else was in danger of being hurt, I would then make myself speak about it. And 2 weeks ago, actually 3 weeks ago now, I was informed by 3 separate people, one of whom was present for said incident, that he had done something similar to something that he had done to me, and to someone in LA at the end of September. And this person is not a streamer or content creator, but obviously that does not matter. And because of this, I cannot in good conscience sit here knowing that I know critical information about someone that almost no one else does and not say anything. I think that most issues and dramas should stay private and off the internet, and I still hold that belief to this day, and I will hold that belief going forward. However, there are certain things that cross the line, and I say that the line has been crossed too many times to be count. There's a point where I believe that people deserve to know. I think that at a certain point, if you know a lot of things about someone and you don't say anything to look out for others, it's wrong. It's wrong to keep it to yourself. I don't want what happened to me or what is.
I feel bad for them. Someone Lizzie tried asking her the week before. It's whatever first con. After your friend or some shit. Were they friends? Something like that. Probably. Streamer or someone else. Don't know on that. Oh my god. Okay, continue.
Happen to other people because of him to happen to other people, and I don't believe he will ever stop behaving the way he does. But regardless, yeah, like I said, one of the main reasons I decided to do this stream is to come out about all of this because I can't hold on to it any longer because it feels wrong to do so. And an honorable mention reason for why I'm doing this is that for a while, he has been indirectly threatening me through my friends and people that I work with. They've informed me that he said that if I ever talked about anything he did, he would try to create a smear campaign against me in retaliation.
That's man shit though. Trying to create smear. Why? Okay. Why did he even do that? He's just doing that just out of spite. Like what? Like what? Okay, no. Like what happened? He just come out like randomly and oh, you're my enemy or some shit like that. Was he? He's probably jealous, maybe. Jealousy might, cause like jealousy and envy will basically get you to do stupid shit. When you're probably jealous and after. Is she bigger than him? Okay, she's a female streamers. Yeah, she probably is. I've not heard both of their names in like so long. I've not heard both of their names. I didn't even know who Emiru was. I've heard of Mizkif before, but this nigga's always in drama, something like that.
I was told that he even approached other streamers who were close with us back when we lived together, asking them if they would join with him, and they all refused.
They what?
Other streamers who were close with us back when we lived together, asking them if they would join with him, and they all refused. At TwitchCon, he approached one of my employees, threatening them and saying if I ever talked about him, he would destroy me. His plan was to claim that I kill animals and that I killed my own rabbits, since I had several of my rabbits pass away over the course of 3 years while I lived with him. I'm sure he's probably listening now, and it's probably going to come as quite a shock to him that this information made its way back to me and that I've known for months. But if you try to threaten me to stay quiet, especially using my poor dead animals, I'm not going to stay quiet. Okay. So now that I've explained all the reasons why this took so long and why I made the decision to do this stream, I have a few more things I would like to get out of the way before I start talking about all of this. The way that I'm going to do this today is I'm going to run through everything from the beginning to the end to try to get across the story as accurately and fully as I can. And, hold on. I'm also going to be showing a few screenshots validating what I'm
Cooked. This nigga's cooked. It was gonna be some he said she said cake. No, it's pulling out the proof and evidence. That's like saying you did the crime. After she basically says he basically denies it. Oh, I never did it. Then you put out the what's called security camera footage. You're done. You're done. There's nothing else you can do. Evidence already there.
saying. I have more things, but this is what I felt comfortable using today, and I will be running through those later. Another thing that I'd like to mention before I start is that during my statement, I'm going to be mentioning directly the names of about half a dozen other creators who were present for certain things. And I want to say that none of these people did anything wrong. I'm just saying that they were there, and I've asked all of them permission. They all said that it was fine to include their names, but I know this won't stop everyone, but I ask people, for the streamers that I mentioned, please don't go bothering them or asking them for more information. if there's something else that they want to say, they'll say it themselves, so there's no point to go pester them and bother them about it. There are also streamers who gave me permission to share things that they relate to me privately, but asked me to redact their names, which I, of course, did. And the last thing that I want to make clear is that not every person that I interact with or that I'm friends with knew the extent of all of these things, and in fact, most of them didn't, and some of them didn't even know anything at all. I tried to keep things private with my close friends, but if anyone during the past year ever approached me asking questions, I didn't lie and I told them the truth. But, yeah, I don't want there to be some kind of witch hunt like, oh, you know, you knew and this, no, a lot of people, you know, didn't know everything or didn't know anything. Okay, I think that's, all that I have to get out of the way to start. So, this is public information. I initially moved in, sorry, I'm still sick, like I said. Okay. This is, all public, obviously this part. I moved in with him, I believe it was the end of 2021, because, he offered. I was, living alone at the time, and I was having, stalker issues in Kansas, and I mean, you guys know, like, all the stuff that happened there. I ended up joining the org and everything. We did a lot of streams together. And, I mean, a lot of people already know this, but I'm just gonna come out and say it. We, started dating. We were in a relationship starting January 2022, after I joined OTK. I'm not planning to go into too much detail about the start of the relationship because it honestly doesn't really matter at this point. It's irrelevant now. The only things that really matter, that you guys need to know for the story are that it was, one, an extremely private relationship. It was even hidden from friends and people in the org, but I mean, obviously people all eventually figured out they're not fucking stupid. And second, it was an extremely codependent relationship, which it's not the issue, but that's just, you know, making that clear for details. He initially portrayed himself to me as someone who was very nice to girls and wanted to help me feel safe from stalkers.
It always starts. These are the stages. And women's period. The one that the pandering stage. See, that's phase one. What's the Marne meme again? That's how you fool the internet. So like basically stay at phase one. Pander to them. Yes. Bro, periods are bad. Everything after when you get into the relationship, it's gonna be the nigga starts boxing your face every single time. Crazy.
And wanted me to succeed as a teammate, and we grew very close over time, and I was very dependent on him for feelings of safety, social life, like my stream, my job, everything. So yeah, besides it being a very codependent relationship, the start of it was fine. I saw a lot of people mentioning this. They thought this was what I was going to talk about. It's not a secret. I think everyone who paid attention knew that he was very controlling over what I wore, to a degree, who I was friends with, and even when I would stream. So when it was definitely slow over time that bad things started happening. At the start, it would be things like, for example, he would throw bottles, like plastic bottles with liquid in it, not like glass bottles, at me, despite me telling him like I didn't like it and it scared me and I bruised very easily. He would
Okay. Like damn.
throw his phone at me. I would tell him, you know,
Look. The only thing I ever throw anything at someone is if people usually only
It
throw
scared me. I don't
things
like
at
it. And
someone
one time,
if you're mad at them or some shit. Either mad or but throwing is different from tossing. But I don't know how he did it. He could have possibly tossed it and it hit her or some shit. Or the other way around. Do that shit. Wanted to basically because he was mad at her.
it even hit me in the eye, which caused me to get a black eye. But he always, was like, "Oh, it's an accident," and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's an accident." Like, of course I'm not gonna think that, he's. Yeah, I just at the time I just kind of was, I just brushed it off. And looking back now, I feel like that was kind of the start of him testing my boundaries, if that makes sense. So that was already kind of starting to show signs within the first 6 months of me and him being close. And then, again, a very public situation. The end of 2022, the cover-up allegations happened. I mean, yeah, like I said, all that's public. You can find all that, see like what I said during that, everything. After that happened, his behavior started getting a lot worse, which, I mean, I suppose it makes sense. He was very stressed. A lot of stuff was happening, but the bad behavior was ramping up. And I feel like it's so apparent if like, you go back and watch anything from that time. I tried so hard to help him and be there for him because I really believed in him and I wanted him to, get better and get back on his feet and be the person that, I always believed that he was. But that unfortunately did not really happen. For a long time, I think about a year and a half from when that all happened, it was kind of like slow things getting worse. But I mean, honestly, I'm not even gonna bother going into the details of all of that because there's just too much to cover. And it's honestly kind of not really relevant to the rest of what I'm saying because the rest of what I want to say is a lot worse. There was a point where things really took a turn for the worst. Mm-hmm. It felt like, like a very delicate branch just kind of snapped. So, and again, a lot of people are like vaguely aware of this, but I'll explain it for people who aren't, chronically tapped into all that stuff. So for a long time after the like cover-up allegations happened and he was like starting to kind of struggle on his stream, he never wanted to stream at the same time as me. Like we really avoided it. And to me at the time it made sense because, I was like, well, of course, like, we share a lot of community members. If we're live at separate times, we're both going to perform better. It makes sense. But yeah, we were never really live doing the same thing at the same time for a long time, with the exception of like things like events or sponsors or like, you know, just special things for a very long time. And a lot of you guys probably noticed that I would only usually stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. That was because of him. And now I stream whenever I want. But the first time that we ever streamed at the same time was for the.
I'm not laughing at that. I felt like we're matched though. Hey, boom. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
2024 Rust Kingdoms event on Twitch. We were sharing drops, so it was the first time in a very long time that we were both going to be live at the same time doing the same thing, basically. I know you're probably like, what the fuck's up to do the same thing? But it'll make sense in a bit. So I'm live, he's live, we're both streaming, and like I said, you can go find all of this. This is public, there are clips of this. We're both streaming the Rust event, and I thought it was going really well. I thought everyone was having fun. I was like, oh, this is great. Everyone's, you know, doing the same thing at the same time. We're all hanging out. You know, we're gonna have fun. Like, I was really, really excited. And then I start seeing in my chat, people start saying unofficial Miz raid, and I'm like, what does that mean? And I check my Discord messages, and he's messaging me. He's saying like, Emmy, you know, I'm gonna kill myself. I waited, or I'm gonna KM.
He was threatening to off himself.
I waited so long for this, etc. And basically he was upset because I had higher viewership than him. That's literally it.
So let's just say your girlfriend or your girl, whatever, your man, whatever, is literally having higher views than me. This will be celebrating together. Either that or you using it to farm views too. I think about it. Actually, nah. Okay, you're supposed to be celebrating it. Just kind of help. You can just chill, do whatever. That'll boost you too. Play the long game instead of the short term, quick game. You know that?
Viewership than him. And like I said, this is during an event, so there were drops.
The nigga was jealous of his girlfriend, was basically above him for a bit.
Like, everyone knows when there's drops, like, it's not even fucking real, but yeah, he starts messaging me, he's really upset. I tried to tell him, I was like, bro, you should come back and play. Everyone's having fun, everyone's like wondering where you are. But yeah, he ended the stream. And then I'm still live, you know, trying to act like nothing's wrong. And in that house, I had a glass door, so I could like see this was happening. He was walking behind me, making sure that I knew he was there. And by the way, so there were many ways out of that house if he wanted to leave the house that were closer to.
What the heck?
His stream room, he intentionally chose the door that was right by my room. I feel like that's pretty apparent, at least to me. He starts walking behind my stream and slamming the door so loud that my noise gate can pick it up, so even people on my stream are able to hear this is happening. And he slams it so hard and so many times that the front door literally broke. The lock did not work anymore. It didn't work for months, and it would just make this horrible sound that I would have to hear like every fucking day. But anyway, so I hear him back there doing this, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I tell my stream, I'm like, hey, guys, I'll be right back. I get up and I go talk to him, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, Emmy, like, I hate all you guys. Like, all you guys do is just take from me, and like, I'm just done. Like, I'm just done. And I was like, this is like.
So like, he's basically mad that he not. I wouldn't say he's not entertaining. I've not watched the stream or anything. Like, he's mad his girlfriend is getting more views than him. Are we really? Are you serious right now? Yeah. Shit, that's ass. Are we really like? Is he good in the head? Or like, See, this is what jealous like, bro. You're competing with your girlfriend. Like, nigga, be a bigger man and like use your head at least. Use it as an opportunity for both of you to succeed. Even though you both already succeeded in life. You're like top 1. I wouldn't say 1%. Yeah, maybe 2%. Probably 2. Probably 1. But yeah, you're literally top. You're mad. Another person is getting more views than you. That's some weird shit, bro. Some envious nigga shit. But if you think about it, you wanting that would kind of motivate you doing more to get like the person. But it depends on the person, though. That's what I'm saying.
Like, really happening because of Rush drops, and he was like, I don't know what else to do. He was like going off on me, like basically saying that he hated me. And I was like, well, I don't know what to do now. And he was like, go finish your stream so that people don't know anything's wrong. And I stopped in the bathroom outside my stream room, and I'm like, you know, checking my makeup, trying to make sure people can't tell that I was like crying. And I'm only in there for like 30 seconds, and he comes and like looms in the doorway. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm just checking my makeup. So I go back and I stream for a couple hours to finish the stream, do my best to just like, you know, carry on the show basically. And yeah, after that, like I said, was when things started to get really fucking bad. It was like something just snapped. For the rest of the week, he streamed the Rust event. He got all the drop viewers. I'm sure he was very happy. I mean, good for him. And during that time, I obviously was like thinking and processing a lot of what happened. But I mean, it was a lot because this person was at the time like kind of it was like my partner and my best friend and like the only person that like I really talked to ever, or like at least off stream. So I mean, it was a lot. But the very next stream, I went live about a week after that, and I announced that I was planning to move because I knew that I would have to move. So I was like, okay, I have to go live to say this so that, you know, kind of force myself to commit to it, right? Does that make sense? Obviously, I didn't move out right away, but after like all that Rust stuff happened was when the other domestic abuse stuff really started. He would destroy furniture in front of me. He would throw things in front of me and near me. Destroy walls. Again, you can
Going through like family issues or something like that. Did his parents die? Did his parents pass away? That's the better thing. Question. Okay, maybe. Okay, okay. Maybe that would give him like the excuse. Maybe something bad happened to him, and he just wanted to take his anger out. But if she's just doing that just to do it, it's crazy. It's wild.
Go see this in some of his VODs in his bedroom, the holes in the wall. There would be times where he was upset at me, and I would go to my stream room and literally lock myself in to get away from him. He would be banging on the door and screaming at me. And at the time, he also would more often do things like going, like if we were driving in the car together, he would be going like 150 miles an hour. And like one time he even said like, well, now we're both gonna die, like threatening to kill both of us. And this wasn't like even.
Yeah, that would actually be scary though. That would actually be scary. Just imagine. You hop in the car, thinking you're gonna go buy groceries. Oh, this car feels nice, even though you've been in it like several times. It still has the car smell, the new car smell. You breathe in. Oh, you see, it's your partner. That's on the gas. Zoom. You're going. You literally. Okay, let's say you drive for a bit. You reach the highway where they usually drive normally. You step on the gas. You from you being like that. Your whole back goes like that. You be trapped on the seat, and it's just going. Oh, I could crash it right now. You're getting more views than me. Mad over girl getting views than him. Yeah, like why is he mad? Like at that point, okay, if you're that mad, at that point become a tranny or some shit. Because like literally, girls get more attention because I'm not just gonna say guys goon to her because to her, but some of them do. I'm sorry for saying that, but like some do. Yeah. But that might be one. Or maybe she's more entertaining than him. Could be it. Could be that.
And when that happened, I honestly felt relieved because I was like, okay, finally, it's like on his terms. So that means he'll be satisfied and be able to say it was his choice, and he'll leave me alone. Because whenever I would try to push for it, it just felt like I couldn't like really sever it, if that makes sense. But I mean, obviously, hence he doing the stream, that was not the end of it. A week after this breakup, he asked to come over to my house and talk from closure. He came to my house, and I was crying like crazy because the emotions were just very high, because I was dealing with a lot of major shifts in my life as a result of me attempting to start to try to distance myself from him. So yeah, we were just talking and I was crying a lot. He started to try to comfort me by hugging me while I was sitting on the couch and holding me really close to him. And when this was happening, we hadn't talked in quite a while, and I'm usually very uncomfortable with being touched a lot by people that I'm not in a relationship with. But I let him hold me while I was crying.
Wait, what? Okay.
And he started kissing me in my face, and I let him.
Shit, he probably listen. He probably wanted to cross, bro. You see your ex or your girl or whatever, crying, and the first thing you think of is, ooh, trying to get in them panties again. Like, bro, are you sick in the head? Are you like special in the like is there something going on upstairs? That is literally the worst. Okay, that is literally the worst thing you can do in that situation. Instead of you to hug, comfort her, or some shit. Just do some random shit, normal. But no, boom. I'm gonna try like cracking her. Like what? Is that like a kink? Okay, let's see. Does he do that usually or some shit? Maybe he feels like he's like used to it. Like he's probably done it like more than once before. Might be one of the kinks or some shit. Might be. Wait, has she like told him to do that before or some shit? Who knows? Well, this thing is weird. That is the worst thing.
I was still sobbing a lot. And then, suddenly, he tried to climb on top of me and aggressively shoved his hand down my pants. And, I screamed. Yeah. And when I screamed, he jumped off me like a cat, like. And, instead of apologizing or checking if I was okay, he said, "I feel weird now. I feel like I did something wrong. I have to go." And he immediately left my house while I was still crying, without, checking if I was okay or anything. And at the time, I was still making excuses for him, and I was still afraid of causing trouble for other streamers around us, or like, you know, making things weird for viewers. I know that probably sounds crazy, but like I just felt this pressure, like I had to try to keep things together, if that makes sense. I felt like I'd cause trouble for so many other people if I ever said anything bad about him, or if I caused rifts in our friend group or streamer group. I tried to stay on good terms with him and hold everything in, and also I still cared about him a lot, and I still at that point had hope that things would get better, and that, you know, he would improve. And he also always hammered into me how he never physically abused me because he never hit me, and he would coach me and tell me to tell people or other streamers who were asking about it because they were concerned. He would say, tell them that I never hit you. Make sure that they know that I never hit you. Around the same time, this was during OnlyFans 2, so I guess like December-ish. He would often message me in the middle of my streams and berate me for things like playing the same class as him in WoW because he thought it would make people think that I was better than him. And again, like I said earlier, I felt like I was stuck in a constant loop where I had to perform well to not be thrown away, but if I performed too well, I was going to be punished. And I actually wanted to show some of those messages because obviously a lot of these things, I'm not going to fully read these out because I honestly just don't want to read them out, but I feel like I want to show them to like kind of show what I'm saying.
Okay. How can I not tank as a warrior in dungeons? Wait. Okay, so like, how can I not tank as a warrior in dungeons because you aren't a tank? Okay, when I said I don't want to be tank, I meant I don't want to tank in raids, which is still true because what I'm doing, because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, you do not need to tank in dungeons. So I guess So I just now I'm going to get. Okay, okay. Now I'm going to get so much shit nonstop. Don't ever pull Argo. Emmy is better. Emmy this. I can't have anything, Emmy. This nigga really mad because he got hooked by his girl in a game. Bro, literally. Okay. You can easily, that's literally rebonding. You can bond with her more. I remember this time, like one time, I used to be talking to, I talked to this one girl. Like literally, I was playing games with her and shit. Literally. Just purposely lose and basically act like you're getting rage baited. Don't actually. There's no way this nigga actually taking this shit seriously. It's a game. If you lose, just be like, yo, I'm gonna get you next time. No, run it another one. Then after lose again, run another one. Then after when you be here one time, just be like, yo, you suck. All this shit. Yeah, it's gonna be funny. But like, don't actually be serious with it though. Actually, make it's somewhat serious, but like, it's probably gonna be laughing and all this other stuff. Like, who cares what the chat said? Oh, Emmy's so better than you. Yeah, you suck. Like, who cares? That is literally free promo, bro. Be like KSI, free promo. You get mad.
And, I am planning to probably post the VOD of this somewhere, so if,
I mean, it's bad. I mean, you just take. I can't have everything. I mean, you just take. I don't understand what you want me to do. Not tank. Just that simple. You already played Warrior, and I told you. We're going to get compared. Don't pull. I'm gonna pull Argo. Because I'm a warrior. No, you're not. Another warrior can tank.
you want to read this later,
What game exactly were they playing? That's my question.
That's fine, I guess.
Oh, I didn't have another warrior in any of my groups today. And no warriors wanted to join. Girl with 727K couldn't find a warrior? Ooh. You can anytime, every time. You just wanted to tank. I know. Okay, I know what you're doing right now. I know what you're doing right now, and I'm not dealing with it. There were no warriors asking to join. Why is it bad for me to pull in dungeon? Because now I'm going to get compared non-stop. This nigga really care about his chat that bad, bro? I literally, bro is going to fight his girl just because she beat him. This nigga fucking sucks. This nigga's a weirdo. Fucking loser, bro. Guy's a loser. Like, okay, because people are just, going to say you're better. Because I took, this nigga did not see you spell told. He was probably typing fast. I told you this when you first told me you wanted to play warrior. And it's already happened. It's already happening. And you just don't care about this stuff ever. There's no boundaries with you. Nigga's a goof. This special individual is a goof. Like what? Like bro, are you stupid? Are you like bro? Yeah, shit. Okay, yeah. Like bro, literally, yo, literally uh crashing out on your girl just because she beat you and she plays tank in a game. In a game. Not even like you're basically getting jumped by like 7 guys. You're basically crashing on your girlfriend because she's playing tank. And you're gonna get compared to her. Who cares? People commenting on your shit is literally giving you free promo. They literally probably posting his clip. Oh, this guy sucks. Oh, he lost his girlfriend. Boom. Free promo. More people come to you.
And again, this was all happening while I was live. You can literally go find the stream and see me trying to deal with this.
Dude, don't dude me. That's one thing. Don't play tank. And now you're tanking. What can I do? Oh, so what the fuck was I supposed to do? Don't tank. Yeah. Is it? There it is. I'm playing the game.
In the middle of a
Tank him. Tank Emmy. Do it. Let me handle all the hate.
Trying to just play the fucking game.
Tank Emmy. Tank Emmy. Do it. Let me handle all the hate. Criticism. And you're worse than Emmy. Emmy sucks. It's so bad. Okay. The comparison, since nobody will be on my side, let me deal with it. You have fun. I asked you not to become a tank. You didn't listen. Bro, this thing is, bro. While you getting mad over, like, you're getting mad at your girlfriend, whatever, because she's playing tank and she probably beats you in the game. Who cares? Like, just change your strategy or some shit. You can probably beat tank, just stick around. I don't know what game that is though.
Oh fuck, I think I... Tank Emmy, do it. Let me handle all the hate, the criticism, that you're worse than Emmy's, that Emmy is so much better, the people saying you're better in every chat, the comparisons says nobody will ever be on my side. Let me deal with it, you have fun. I asked you not to become a tank, you didn't listen. And now it's the classic, what was I supposed to do? I'm not dealing with this. And like I said, you can go find the stream. But for context, I was playing Warrior in World of Warcraft in like a level 24 dungeon. It was like Silverpine. Like, it was just like, it wasn't even like, it was like dog shit gameplay, I'm gonna be honest. Like, so, yeah, yeah, you can, read that later, I suppose, if, yeah, like I said before, hold on. I was constantly trying so hard to compromise with him because I wanted to be cool, and I wanted us to be able to coexist in the same streaming sphere, but I felt like I could never win, and he hated my whole existence, like, ever since that one stream where I had, like, a little bit more viewers than him. And he would say that it was my fault that his stream was dying, because most of his viewers liked me, and whenever he hit on another girl, they would be confused or not take it seriously because they knew that me and him were together privately. And he said if he would be able to hit on other girls and convince them that it was real, he would get his career back. That was like, started within the last couple of weeks that we spoke to each other. He started, saying terrible things to me about other streamers in Austin, in particular, one specific streamer who, I know there's a lot of people that know he has beef with certain streamers. It was not one of those streamers. It was someone who, to this day, has been nothing but nice to him. He would say horrible things about this person, like, about them in their stream.
I can shit about someone who is calm with you. Literally your friend. Talking shit about your friend's actually crazy still. That's like the worst thing. You're supposed to avoid it and not talk about it. Unless...
And it was very hard to listen to. And just in general, he would say horrible things about other streamers in Austin, like, I quote, "I hate everyone here, you are all useless to me, you're worthless to me because it does nothing for my stream anymore to collab with any of you." And him saying that was the final straw for me. The day that he said that to me about other people was the first day that I ever, for the first time, started to ignore his calls and messages. And because of that, he even threatened to come to my house if I didn't answer. But
depending on you go on, I really need the not the one. I need the sunlight, bro. John. Oh, that shit. Oh my days,
like,
bro.
I could finally see things for what they were.
Oh.
And he started panicking, and he was super apologetic, and he was saying he didn't want to lose me.
You tried to make it, I'ma break it, don't know what to say, just take it, I'ma do it, then I said,
begging me not to leave. But that was definitely the most extreme time. And again, like I said,
I'm watching fucking DBT edit, bro.
always had the hope that things would be cordial, or that, you know, we could be fine with each other. So I agreed, and we agreed we were going to talk about all of that. We talked about it about a week later, and instead of apologizing for anything, he basically told me that he realized he needed to go to Japan and LA to get his viewership back up, and he was basically too young to focus on friendships and relationships. And it was I mean, despite everything, like I said, I still cared about him, so it was still hard. And I mean, it was like a mix of feelings, you know, like I was devastated, but I was also so relieved. But because of the past incidents during like other fights and times I would try to separate myself from him, past incidents during those times of him manipulating me into staying close with him and giving him more chances, sexually assaulting me, the abuse, and just him generally not being a very nice person. After that, I decided that the only solution and way for me to move forward, I made the hard decision.
Well, I was not laughing at this. You're Twitter. I was not laughing at this. I was about to type queso on this guy. Queso me huge. You know those TikTok trolling? Yo, those TikTok trolling? Yo. Yeah. Yo, see, I said the whole trend. Yo, I basically said, queso, I'm a huge fan. Then after, yo, everyone started spamming it. Are you queso's brother? I'm spamming it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just waiting for him to ban me. I'm waiting for him to ban me from the. You know those TikTok trolling that basically is like they basically come like they go act like they're the notification something like that. Gerber, TikTok, and they just go in your thing, basically uh basically make you try to end live. I'm not trying to make him end live. I just want him to ban me or something. How exactly did I convince? Wait. How exactly did I convince people that he's queso? That's crazy. But even please, already, bro. Oh my days, bro. Oh my days, bro. Bro, is he? Why did niggas call him Timo Queso? That is not Timo Queso. That is literally queso, bro. Hey, I know that information. Hey, why niggas trying to hate on? So I basically started the trend, and basically these niggas are actually these guys are trying to hate on him. I was not. That was not my plan. My plan was to get him to ban me. But he's calling him Timo Queso. Like, bro, shut your ass up. That's weird.
The right one.
Anyways,
was to finally completely cut contact with him. I knew it'd be very hard because our careers and our communities were so intertwined.
yeah.
I knew I had to do it, and that there was no other choice. So I have not spoken to him since January of this year. It's been 10 months. But if you think that's the end, it is unfortunately not. I haven't spoken to him since January of this year.
I'm guessing he's like, guessing what he's doing is like, she hasn't spoken to him in 10 months. What's he been doing? Are you trying to get her jealous? Maybe like posting cars, girls on the side, maybe even going to like pools and shit in like Dubai or some shit. What a place. Traveling.
It only took a couple of weeks, but soon the messages started. He has attempted to contact me over 40 times individually.
40 times trying to contact. Yo, at the 10th time, that's when you should give up, bro. 40, bro? You love her that much? Oh, shit. Okay, I'm not gonna say some crazy shit. I'm not trying to say some crazy shit, but, you know, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it, bro. Damn.
This year in individual texts, Discord messages, Instagram DMs, and phone calls. And I'm just gonna show those. And at first,
February 20, okay. So, Monday, Saturday, Sunday. This nigga was texting himself. He was basically texting himself, hey, make sure you don't have recordings of me, right? I'm getting harassed. Make sure it's nothing. Do you know why I'm moving and kick? Why I'm kicked from OTK? Nobody my calls. Can you please communicate? I don't feel isolated. I don't feel isolated and hated by my own organization or some shit. ORG. Org. So yeah, that's one.
At first it started simple, be confusing messages, or like him expressing he was worried about things. Like, at first it wasn't anything weird.
Oh, at that point, just take the hint. You see, she's not responding to your fourth message, bro. Just give up. Is that she's that's an android. Well, valid.
This is not someone who loves or cares about you.
When? You answer my phone. I'm sorry. Okay. Final words, you know. Don't. Okay. I'm sorry. Not a day has gone by. These 4 months, you know, where your final ones don't go. I've echoed in my heart. I walked out your door thinking I knew what I wanted. I was wrong. I told myself I needed to be alone, but that I had myself out being single in my 30s. I convinced myself I needed space, freedom, distance, but the truth is, I was afraid of commitment, afraid of what it meant to truly let someone in. When someone as beautiful and as kind as you. uh, mm, yeah. I saw myself lies. Yeah. But really tried. Well, valid. But really tried. Isn't that a form of love bombing? You're throwing shit at it, then after you popping back up, You, oh damn! Don't go. The don't go you sense echoed in my heart. Don't go haven't echoed in my heart. Wait. Okay. Foremost, wait. Your final words. Don't go. Haven't echoed in my heart. Haven't. Me have echoed in my heart. Who even talks like that, bro? Echoed in my heart. This is not the 1980s, bro. I'm sorry, bro. No nigga talks like that. Maybe some do. Maybe he's just, I don't know how niggas talk, but like, niggas sound like he was thinking about poetry before doing this shit. He might be good at poetry. Maybe. The heck is that? Echoed in my heart. Ooh. Don't go. What the heck? Oh my god. We're talking to himself on Instagram too. At that point, give up. Give up, bro, at that point.
And keep in mind, this is only things that he sent to me. I can't document all the things that people told me that he was saying. And just kind of a funny side note, I guess. I would like to highlight this message. Because doesn't really matter.
Crazy. Bro, this nigga was way too lazy to paraphrase it. I put it in GPT-0 and humanize it properly. And nowadays, gone by and 5 months, like, bro, you could have. Bro, brother, literally, he could have literally done that, bro. Paraphrase or put it in some like Cluely or some shit. But no, it's got it from ChatGPT. Added some of his words. No wonder the having echoed in my heart sounded weird.
But I ran it through the ChatGPT checker and all the highlights.
If you think about it, if it says 0% AI, she probably consider it. Maybe he's trying to convince his face and change it. At least he did it by hand. Still put it in ChatGPT and boom, took that shit out, added some and boom, sent it there. This is just the same shit with the Peter Bot apology. This nigga decided to put some ChatGPT ass shit.
Like I said, doesn't really matter. I just thought it was interesting. But yeah, like I said at first, the messages were just simple things, like him saying he was worried about things or saying no one was talking to him, which I don't think was even true at the time. I think he was just saying that to try to guilt me into responding to him. I'm not sure about that, of course. This also extended to in-person interactions, because initially I made the mistake of thinking that I only had to cut him off through private communication and, we would be fine going to the same events and parties and such. I also had to start... Hold on, I'm still fucking sick. I made the mistake of thinking that I only had to cut him off through personal, private communication, but I also had to start avoiding going to the same parties or places I was worried he'd be in.
I thought he was gonna be like, well, okay. So like basically he's gonna be like one of the stalkers just creeping out outside the window and shit.
Person. Because this was after he came back from his first trip to Japan. There was a party that I attended several months after I first went into contact with him. I was aware that he would be there, and I thought it'd be fine. I thought it wouldn't be a big deal. I thought I'll just let him have his space. I'll have my space. It's not a big deal. We're adults, right? During this party, I felt like he was following me around and monitoring me, but I thought that I was just being paranoid. I was like, it's probably just.
He probably okay. There's a possibility, but like maybe he wanted to hear something, but then decided to follow. Then after maybe didn't say what he wanted to tell her, so it would look like he's following him. It's like, let's say you're basically walking behind someone. Remember something. Oh. I don't know, though.
In your head. I was hanging out with Nick and Catchy and a couple other friends. And at some point, Nick was like, it's too fucking loud down here. Let's go upstairs. No one's upstairs. Let's just go, chill in a room and like talk where it's not so loud. And I was like, okay. So they, as a group, went upstairs first without me, but it took me a bit longer to get up there because someone like stopped me and was talking to me. And I did feel like, he was like standing pretty close to that person. I felt like he was watching me, but again, I thought I was just being paranoid. But I went upstairs. I was hanging out with Nick and Catchy and our other friends. And then about 30 minutes later, the room that we're in, the door opens. It's Miz. He opens the door, makes eye contact with me, goes, ooh, and then closes the door and leaves. And I was like, he opens the door, makes eye contact with me, goes, ooh, and then closes the door and leaves. And I was like,
what the fuck? What type of interaction, NPC ass reaction is that? At least, like, at least just I'd be on some nonchalant shit. Open the door, be like, turn around. Don't even close the door, walk out. Or was he like thinking that she was gonna be alone in there or something? Who knows?
What the fuck? But again, I was still trying my best to, give the benefit of the doubt. Like, maybe it's just like an awkward situation.
Yo, the niggas who are commenting are literally have to be bots. There's no way you've been spamming that fucking stupid ass emojis and whatever for so long. Boom. Every single time I look at the screen, I'm just not I can't focus. I have allegedly quote unquote ADHD. What the heck? I cannot focus, bro.
Or something. But a couple months later, the person that he was hanging out with that night reached out to me privately and was apologizing. And I was like, why? And they're like, I just felt like I had to apologize to you because I felt so bad and so embarrassed of what was going on. Like, yes, he wanted to see what you were doing. He was saying, like, I want to go see what's upstairs, and he was checking every room. And then after he opened the room that you were in with Nick, he closed the door and started laughing, and then he just wanted to talk about, how you guys broke up for the next, like... So I was like, wow, okay, that's good to know, I guess. The next story, that I want to tell involves what happened to me, Valkyrie, and Cinna earlier this year when we were attacked at the Santa Monica Pier, because, that was obviously... Hold on, let me close all these fucking texts. I don't want to look at them. They're still on my desktop. Where was I? Yeah, so, yeah, it happened March 3rd of this year. A lot of people were talking about how me, Ray, and Cinna were attacked, which was not an issue. Like, we had no issue with that. Like, obviously, it's big news. People are gonna talk about it. It should be talked about. We had, like, no issues with anyone talking about it and covering it, and that included him. I was fine with that. He joined in on that whole thing of people going live to talk about it. And again, I'd like to remind people at this point, we were already a couple months into me being no contact with him, making it clear I didn't want anything to do with him. And so during this stream, he was covering what happened to me, Ray, and Cinna. He decided that he was going to tell more of my personal stalker stories that I've never personally talked about or shared publicly myself. And one of these stories was one that, like, no one knew at all, and, like, it just felt so shitty because at the time that those things happened, like, all the people that lived in that area together, we all came together and we all kind of decided, and this was heavily pushed by him, we should never talk about this because, people are gonna be weird, it puts Emmy in more danger, and, gives people ideas, so we're never gonna talk about it. But, of course, as soon as there's some big drama that he's not involved in, and he finds a way to, bring up, oh, I was there for something that happened to Emmy, he does it. He was on a stream talking about these personal stories of mine, and I caught wind of it. And by the way, it was also so frustrating not saying anything at this time because the way he told those stories, he kind of framed himself as, like, the hero. He was like, oh, I held the stalker at gunpoint. No. The only person who ever came into contact face-to-face with that stalker before the police came was Bonnie. Bonnie is the person who found that guy outside, went inside, told everyone, called the police. The police came. All Miz did was he stood far away from the front door, behind glass and metal, with a gun. Yeah, I mean, I understand, still very scary, but why are you acting like if anyone deserves credit for that, it's Bonnie. Like, it's literally stolen valor. I'm so glad I finally get to say that because she is the one who, like, kept everyone in those two houses safe, not him. Anyway, back to the original thing, the Ray and Cinna stuff. I was obviously panicking. Like, I just had this horrible thing happening the night before. It was, like, huge, like, public, millions of people seeing it. And then my crazy ex-boyfriend is going live talking about more of my personal stuff. And, I'm, like, crying. And, Cinna and Ray are like, what's wrong? And I tell them. And I'm, like, panicking. I'm like, I need to call so-and-so, I need to call so-and-so, I need to call so-and-so. Like, these different people that I was like, they can contact him because I did not want to contact him. So, Ray, Cinna, some of me and Miz's mutual business partners and Asmongold were all messaging him to stop. And by the way, Asmongold told me that he tried to call Miz while he was talking, and it rang 3 times and then hung up, which means that he saw it and he just wanted to be able to keep talking because, yeah, anyway, just a little note. I don't know exactly what, like, the other people said to him, but Ray and Cinna told me that they were messaging him being like, bro, like, stop, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? And he was messaging them, who were also equally as traumatized as me, of course. They had gone through the same thing. Oh, what am I doing wrong? I'm letting people know what, girls go through. Was that your job? Well, anyway, yeah, that all happened a couple of months into me being no contact with him. And yeah, he was arguing with Ray and Cinna while they're trying to be like, bro, like, stop, like, you're making it worse. He finished talking about my stuff and then reacted to Cinna and Ray's whole stream where they were crying, addressing their communities, made sure to react to that, and then immediately went offline. So yeah, that was a terrible weekend. I got threatened to be stabbed, and then the next day, my weird ex was going live trying to self-insert so that he could make sure to farm his own clips. After that incident, his attempts to talk to me only ramped up, which I showed those texts. We went back to Japan, and during that trip, he was texting and calling me, trying to call me quite a lot, begging me to take him back. And at the same time, I heard that he was reaching out to quite a few other streamers who know both of us, and he was crying to them about how he wanted to get back together and how he thought someday we would reconnect and eventually get married. I don't think he even meant that, but I hope not, but I assume he did that with the hope that they would relay the messages back to me since I wasn't talking to him, and I mean, some of them did. I also had a couple other streamers report to me that he would obsessively watch my stream, and not in a like, oh, I wonder what Emmy's doing right now way, or like having my stream open. Like, he would be obsessively and attentively hate watching my stream, like watching my stream and just saying horrible things almost every time that I've been live this year. And they tell me that he would want to discuss how he believed I still wanted him. Interesting, considering I never replied. And he would ask other guys if they thought I had slept with anyone this year. They'd be like, I don't fucking know, man. And then they told me he would say stuff like, no, there's no...
See, here, you already broke up. Like, is he trying to get back in there?
She's done that. She's not like that. And she's probably waiting for me. Just really fucking gross stuff like that. And a couple of streamers in LA also told me that he was telling people that me and him still talk all the time, but we simply weren't together anymore because I was too mature and I was not ready. I was too immature. But yeah.
I was not talking to her, but was talking to himself in that chat. The same chat we saw. And he said, we still talk. Yeah, this nigga's talking to his himself. He's replying to himself too.
You can see from the messages I showed. Like, I mean, people can go back and read them. He was begging me to take him back for the majority of this year, which was 7 or 8 months total. And like I said, some of the messages were even, I believe, ChatGPT. Not that it really matters, it's just interesting, right? As of today, it's been about 2 months since he has attempted to contact me directly. I think because about 2 months ago was when he started kind of getting scared that I might have been like, telling people things, which again, I wasn't going on my way to do it, but if anyone ever asked me, I wasn't gonna lie to them. I mentioned this at the beginning before I started like fully telling the story. I heard from my friends, other streamers, and my employees that he had cooked up a plot that if I ever tried to talk about him, like about the abuse or anything else, he would try to go live and say that I killed my rabbits. And I was told that he approached several streamers who were around us a lot when we lived together and asked if they would basically back him up, and they refused. Obviously, they're not insane. And even something happened this weekend. At TwitchCon, one of my employees told me he went up to them and he threatened them, saying, if Emmy ever tries to talk about me, I will destroy her. Whatever that means. And within the same night, he also texted one of my best friends, and he would have known that I would have been with this girl. He texted her saying, hey, worried about her, hope she's okay. Right after he just said to my employee and other people that he was gonna try to destroy my life. Yeah, all in the same night. And, yeah, that was Saturday, so that pretty much leads us to today. I feel like it's clear I've spent the last year of my life cutting him off and building a new life with people that actually care about me and doing my best to move on peacefully without causing any drama. I did not want to do this. A lot of other creators actually told me that after his other allegations in 2022, if I wasn't the first person to stand up for him and start appearing on his channel again, they do not think that they would have gone back to helping him with his content. So I always tried to keep things private, always tried to make things better, had hope that things would get better, tried to be supportive, and my thanks that I got for all of that was abuse and resentment, and for all of 2025, all of this year, harassment and hatred from him and his community, while he was the whole time secretly begging for me to take him back behind the scenes. I've taken a lot of steps already, as I said, it's apparent. I've taken a lot of steps to restructure my life and be a lot more careful about who I help and who I invest my time and my care into. And I'm doing a lot better now, but I felt like this was a necessary stream because, like I said at the very beginning, I have heard that he has done things to other people that aligned with some of my own experiences, so I felt like it would be wrong for me to keep holding on to all this information. I know I stayed for way too long, and I thought that I could help, and I unfortunately learned that I couldn't, but I worked really hard to have the life that I have now with my friends, my family, my pets, and my community, and I'm so grateful for how things are now. It was very difficult, but I'm very proud of myself for making the choices that I did to end up where I am now, and yeah, that's my story of dealing with abuse, psychological and domestic abuse, sexual assault, and stalking, and being threatened on if I ever talked about it. And this whole time, it's been kind of hidden in plain sight, away from hundreds of thousands of people. And yeah, I know that me saying all of this probably isn't gonna make him or what's left of his community leave me alone. But sorry, voice crack. I know talking about this probably won't make him or probably won't make him or what remains of his community leave me alone. But I'm always glad that people will be aware of all of this now, and I won't have to feel like I'm hiding a terrible dark secret anymore. And it's all out there now. And I also want to make it clear that not everyone that I interact with or that I'm friends with knew the extent of the things that were happening. And a lot of streamers didn't really know anything at all, but I mean, like I said before, people aren't stupid. I think it's pretty clear that a lot of people knew that things were happening, and like I said, you have to remember, it's not just me. A lot of people have told me that they have their own, grievances with him. But for the people who did know about this, thank you for being there for me through all of this and supporting me and cheering me on. And there were a lot of people as well who, even though they didn't know anything, without asking any questions, they still were very kind and supportive, and I will always remember that for the rest of my life. I also want to say, just so people know, that I'm not just trying to put this out there and then, I am already in the process of filing a restraining order on him in both Texas and California. And I also wanted to say that I would not be surprised if he tries to sue me for the stream that I did today and for coming out about him, not because he thinks that he would win, but for PR reasons, like a slap lawsuit. It'd be interesting if that happened, and I wouldn't be opposed to people finding out more of the truth and things that I didn't even talk about today, and what else he's been lying about. And I'm sure there's also plenty of things that even I don't know about. And yeah, there's more things that I didn't even talk about today, but I'm hoping that now that I have this out, this is the last time I ever have to talk about it, and I can be like, okay, I got it out there. I'm not withholding this anymore. It's out there. And yeah. I guess that's pretty much it. Definitely not how I would have liked to spend my Saturday. I would have loved to go to karaoke with my friends or something like that instead. A lot of people like karaoke, right, guys? Yeah. I think that's it. I'm probably gonna take some time off. I'm not sure. I genuinely have no idea what the response to this all is gonna be like. I really just want to, like I said, do my best to move on from this, because I've already been doing that for a year. Like I said, I feel like that's pretty clear. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for today.
Oh shit.
I asked my editor if he would.
Bro, I feel bad for his though. Literally, weird ass boyfriend or whatever, ex, jealous of his girl for basically doing better than he is. Doing better than he is doing. It's actually crazy though. Damn. I need to see what he said about it. But there's two sides of the stories though. Always two sides of a story. Just remember that.